Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, internet land, YouTubers, Facebookers, mountaineers, again, find something cooler to say and we'll pick it. Till then, that's what you are. We have another awesome episode of the Mountain Jew Review, and today we have KG Boog.
Yes, sir.
He's actually the third guest.
KG Boog. KG Boog, too.
Boog. KG Boog. See? Look at that. We're back to where I want to start this story off. I fucked it up on the underdogs of Underground. This was a show that I hosted, and luckily he does not get super serious about mispronunciations and beats you up over it.
No,
So,
never.
guys, remember, some of us are not lyricists and have hard times with words, so please forgive us. And it's really cool because he is the third artist so far that I've interviewed, just by actually luck of the coming on.
Right.
That was part of the very first show I ever hosted. With shout out to Two Strikes, Tyler Johnson. That was a fun time for me.
Yes, sir.
I think it was almost anybody's first time over there at the Omaha Lounge.
Oh, yeah, he said it was his first time basically putting a show up there, so.
Yeah, so I think that was their first local hip-hop show, and there's been a ton since then, so I think we all made a great impression that night, which was awesome. So again, thank you for letting me butcher your name that night and hosting that. It was an awesome night, guys. I know some of you showed up, some of you missed it, but again, these little things like this are always fun. I'm always stoked when I get asked to do silly things like that because it means the world to me. And thank you for letting me be part of that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to go ahead and dive into our interview here. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
From Omaha, Nebraska, grew up here.
Born and raised Omaha. Sounds like about 83% of our artists on here so far.
Oh, yeah.
See, so it's mostly local guys, but where were you, what school did you go to?
Man, I went to a lot of schools. I was actually pretty bad growing up, you know?
Okay.
Went to Bryan, went to fucking Benson, fucking Parrish.
Funny story, I painted the new parish.
Did you?
Yeah, they renovated it and I painted it.
They moved. I don't know. I don't even know where they went. So.
It's off of Cummings Street now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so, okay. So you kind of bounced around schools. Kind of sounds like Parrish is a alternative school, if you guys don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm guessing you were kind of getting in trouble a little bit with the law at a young age.
Yeah, I liked to fight growing up a lot. So, I actually ended up going to Boys Town, and I graduated from Boys Town, too.
Okay.
So,
K Moore is a Boys Town graduate.
Oh, yeah.
My wife's cousin, Brian Hill. Shout out, Brian. He's a Boys Town graduate.
Okay.
So I know quite a few people that have come out of Boys Town. So then, obviously liking to fight, what kind of music were you into growing up?
Almost. Actually, a lot. You know, I grew up listening to, like, Twisted and shit like that, and, like, the old school shit. You know, I love old school music. That's what I still listen to nowadays. Like, and I try to go for those type of vibes, too, with my music. That's how I feel, but, you know.
Okay. What got you into doing music? What made you want to...
Well, I was growing up. I used to always freestyle with friends, but I was always like nervous, you know. I always tell them
common conception here. A lot of you guys freestyling with friends. See,
Yeah.
See, it's not a wasteful habit, Mom.
No, never that. But I was always nervous, you know. They'd always be like, "Rap with me," you know. I'm like, "No, bro, I don't rap. I'm just sit here. I'ma listen. But then sometimes I get fucking high, you know, or drunk. Start feeling myself, and then I'll hop on the beat, and then I'm like, "Bro, I know you could rap. I'm like, "No, bro, I can't rap, bro. I just do this shit for fun. I don't know."
I was just kind of copying you guys.
Yeah, I'm just having fun with you guys, just fucking rhyming. I don't know. And then, like, I used to always do that shit, but then, like, I always wrote music too, but I never took it serious like that. But then, 2 years ago, I had somebody tell me that I need to start doing music. I went to a studio. It was just like somebody just got a fucking studio. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. I didn't know what I was doing, so I made a song with a friend and shit, and then I showed somebody else, and they was like, bro, this is fire. They was like, but you need to take it somewhere else. You need to go somewhere else so somebody know what they're doing. So they showed them, and then next thing you know, I linked up with these people, and then started going from there, and then I got to a real studio, and I started making music from there. You know, like,
so the lesson is, guys, don't be afraid to show your music. You never know when the right person's going to hear it and then put you on a path to somebody else that'll make it even better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because music can always level up. I mean, that's why they always do remakes and remasters of it, you know?
For sure.
Like, never take it as a diss if someone says they can make your stuff better because they already think it's good. Trust me, they're not going to be like, that's a heap and try. Like, I can take this hot mess of trash and turn it into... No, they're not going to... I mean, some people might gas you up like that, but, you know,
yeah.
In KG's case, it's not, you know, he is seriously probably one of the coolest artists here that I think is probably underrated.
Oh, thank you.
I see you come up on very few lists, but not enough.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things why we're here on this podcast, because
for sure.
people are gonna find out. I know you just had something drop with Corey Stone.
Oh yeah, he's working on one of my songs that I got. It's I got a feature with Stevie Stone,
which is he's coming in November.
Yeah. Yep. And I needed somebody to actually needed somebody to scratch on another song that I have, and it's on my mixtape that I'm dropping here pretty soon, which is still in the works. I don't know have a name for it yet, you know, but
good.
And
I'm telling you guys, mixtapes are important. Please just remember that.
Oh yeah.
Just can't collect royalties on it. So.
The only thing that sucks, but get you out there and get some music out there.
Well, and there's still some of the most, I tell everybody, because more people go raw on a mixtape because a lot understand that that's what's pushing them out there.
Right.
And so to me, it's like, man, I actually liked mixtape better, but you know, you had quality production on the remake of it.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I mean, hands down, I'll always say Evil Squad's Frankenstein Files, I picked up like 4 or 5 years ago, has been one of the most fire mixtapes ever.
Yeah.
And, you know, to me, I'm a big fan of mixtapes. I think once you pick up a mixtape, and then a few years later, hear maybe 1 or 2 of them songs off of that again, just cleaned up and done real nice. It's really cool to see the evolution of you artists when you guys do stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So again, don't ever throw away your basement tapes.
No.
Again, your old MP3s, guys. Go buy some external hard drives and put them on there. Because somebody's gonna want to hear it. And they'll fix it. You just gotta find the right Trent Reznor.
Don't ever throw it away.
You gotta find the right Tilly or the right Mr. 16 Bars or the right Juju the Mystic or the right Sam Roca or the right Surreal or somebody to get on there and mess with it. So then you got this mixtape coming out with Corey, and that's cool. So you work a lot with some of the local guys.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah.
Which is nice. See, again, networking brings about good things. That's how you get it hooked up with other producers that, you know, from doing it in your homeboy's studio, you know, you get it to doing it a little more professional quality.
Right.
You know, and again, it's not always about how the studio looks. It's about the equipment and, you know, whether or not, again, if you can't afford $150 an hour, you know, go find somebody that's $50-$60 an hour that got decent equipment.
They still know what they're doing if you find the right person too.
Exactly. That's you know, price doesn't always determine quality.
No.
You know, but also don't try to haggle these guys. They got, you know, they're trying to make a career too.
Right, for real. Yeah.
So then, do you have any physical CDs out yet, or are they just?
I do not. I've only released a few singles. You know what I'm saying? And I got a bunch of music I've been holding on to, and everybody keeps bugging me to drop it, you know, but I'm not really rushing, but I am rushing, you know, I'm rushing myself, but I feel like I shouldn't be rushing myself, you know. So I've been taking my time with it, and I'm honestly thinking about dropping another single or something just to get the people off my back a little bit.
Just to give them a little taste.
A little taste, you know what I'm saying, what's about to happen. And then I'm about to drop a mixtape too, and I'm also working on an album, so I'm trying to work on 2 different albums at the same time, to be honest with you. Just so much going on, but you know, you gotta keep grinding, gotta keep moving.
Gotta stay busy.
Gotta stay busy.
Otherwise, stagnicity will kill your career, guys.
Oh yeah.
You do a lot of live shows.
Yeah.
How do you? So this is one new concept we're going to dive into, guys. How do you go about? Do you approach for shows? Do you get approached for shows?
Both actually. I've been approached, and I've done a lot of approaching too. Networking. If you don't network, you're not gonna get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta speak. Like my dad always said, closed mouths don't get fed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I've had some people come up to me, ask me for shows and shit, and offered to pay me for shows and shit, and yeah, most of the time though, I'll hit them up for shows, or like I'll find out like who another promoter is or something, and then I'll start hitting them up for shows, and sometimes I don't get replies, sometimes I do, but sometimes you gotta keep pushing, so it doesn't matter.
Don't take being ghosted, being left on red, or being told no as in your final answer, guys.
Oh no, you just gotta keep pushing.
Like KG said, he's had it happen tons of times, and he still keeps going, still
keep grinding, keep
messaging, and like I said,
KG stands for keep grinding.
Keep grinding. I like that.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, I've seen him at probably 6 or 7 different shows under a whole different banner of promotions.
Yeah, a bunch of promoters. Yeah,
so I'm telling you guys, if you're told no once, don't mean that's the final answer.
No, and what's crazy is I've been told no through a promoter before, and I've still tried to hit them up,
Yeah.
And then I eventually get put on a show, and then some people will be like, I don't do that, I don't dick ride. Or something like that. I'm like, nah, bro, it's not dick riding. It's get yourself out there.
Well, and maybe that show just didn't quite fit you, but then this next show did.
Right.
Or maybe they already had so many artists. Again, you never know what's going through the promoter's head, guys. There's a ton of things that happen. A lot of you guys don't show up the day of the show, and then all of a sudden 3 other dudes get thrown on, and you're like, well, what the fuck? I hit you up about the show a week ago. Because them 3 were sitting there. Keep your flash drives on you guys. Don't be a dick and go up there and be like, hey, can I play? But keep it in your pocket, because you never know.
Keep it in your pocket.
When one of these guys are like, yeah, I'm going to play this show, and then don't show up, they got to fill that slot.
There's always a backup out there.
So they're going to hit up that. So don't take them as personal shots, guys. Them guys are just there at the right opportunity. Again, that's why it's also important to go to other artists' show and support, and don't sit outside for 45 minutes smoking weed. Like don't be trash. Don't go there and get all fucked up if you want to conduct yourself as an artist. If you want to drink, that's fine. But don't expect people to take you serious if you're half drunk, get called on stage at random to perform
and can't even perform.
Then at that point, I'm not going to trust you as an artist.
I've done that shit once when I first started.
And I don't knock people for that. Don't think I am, because I still support you guys no matter what. We're all humans. But I'm just saying, you can do that in front of the wrong person,
man.
And then you're going to hear no from that person for a long, long time.
Shit, that was the last time I ever did that shit. I got too drunk, couldn't perform. I was spilling all on the stage. I set the mic down. I was like, nope, I can't do this. I was embarrassed as shit. I was like,
exactly. It's you might not be embarrassed that night, but that next day it's gonna slap you hard. I've embarrassed myself as a fan at some of them shows. I told it on the Comatose episode,
Oh yeah.
And I still apologize for that kind of behavior.
And I was already nervous, because it was my second show I've ever done. And I had stage fright, so it was
that, I get if you guys need, a shot or a beer to calm your nerves, or you go smoke a little weed, or you do something to calm down. But when you literally do it to the point where you can't perform your set, that's an issue.
Definitely.
Because there's people that can handle shit and do shit and be just fine. But,
see, usually I could handle that shit, but it was New Year's too. Man.
Partied a little hard before my
Partied
set.
too hard. And I blame my brother. You know what? I'm going to say that. I blame my brother.
That's awesome. I always blame my brother. That's what you're supposed to do. So, what are... we got a couple up and coming projects we're talking about. How about coming in November, December? Any shows that you have on the books?
I have a couple shows in November, and then I'm actually still hitting up a bunch of other people trying to pick up some more shows, because I always hit up people to pick up shows so I can stay busy. And I'm actually going to Atlanta in December.
Nice.
To perform in front of some A&Rs and major record labels and shit like that. So
sweet. So come December, we're gonna be sending you tons of good vibes.
oh yeah,
That's good to hear. See,
thank you.
See, I always like it when we hear that from our artists here. In fact, you're the first one that has spoken about that. So how does that make you feel?
Man, it made me feel good. It's crazy because, like I said, I was always scared rapping and shit, but I had stage fright. I kept doing shows. I got too drunk in my second show, so after that, I quit fucking drinking before my shows for a good minute. I kept doing open mics, to keep working on my shit. And like the next show after that,
open mics are important. Stop bitching about not being on a show if you're not hitting open mic nights.
Oh, go hit open mics. Why not? But after that, my next show after that was an out of town show, and then came back, started doing some more open mics, and I started picking up more shows from promoters and shit, and then kept going out of town, and like I get a bunch of out of town shows also, so
good. When you're getting numbers out of town on your Spotify's and your streams, and you're seeing that's why it's important to hit the road. Sometimes you lose a little money.
Oh yeah, it's a big investment.
But you hear how many times he just said you keep going back out of town.
I done been out of town so many times this year, man. It's crazy.
See, and that's awesome to hear.
And it's a bunch of places I've never been to, so I was like, this is dope. And I'm going to keep doing this shit because I like it. You know what I'm saying? And I get to perform in front of people I don't know.
And then when you go out of town,
more faces,
you have wonderful things called merch, Merch that goes a long ways, guys. I mean, if you don't want to just eat peanut butter sandwiches and Funyuns and shit the whole trip.
Merch goes a long way.
You sell a couple pieces of merch and you can go not feel so bad eating at McDonald's now. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like, and then not only that, but especially when you get these out of town dates and you start traveling out of town, it's super important to have your merch, because then when you sell it to them, you now have advertisement out of town. You guys really worry about whether or not you have shows here in town, which is great. Glad you're not 311ing us, but remember, your real fan base might not be in Omaha.
Yeah, that's
important for you guys to learn. Like, just because you're not having the biggest crowd in your hometown show doesn't mean you can't go to Kansas City and have a great show, or go down to Tulsa and have a great show, or go out to Colorado or Utah or one of them
Oklahoma,
festivals that a lot of these guys do, these little ones that are out in the middle of nowhere that tend to draw 100 people that you're like, how the fuck can you get that many people in
pitch a tent and throw a concert?
Shout out to LunaFest. That looked like that drew a bunch.
That shit's always dope too.
So, like, again, guys, it's important for you to look at your numbers and see where they're coming from, because if you got an out-of-town draw, you better figure out how you're going to get there, and Keep Grinding's going to tell you. KG will tell you.
Keep grinding.
This is how you do it.
Oh yeah, merch will take you a long way. There's been shows that I've sold a lot of fucking merch and made a lot of money too.
And then imagine if the guy paid you $150 to come perform as an opening act or a supporting act.
Exactly, you already get paid.
And then you're selling $100 in t-shirts. So you're like, fuck, bro, where my groupies at?
There's been times I've sold like 500 plus in merch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you hear them numbers, guys? And then look, he reinvests back in himself. Has more.
Like, going.
I'm going to drill this to you guys on every episode. Merch is some of the most important things you guys can do.
Some easy money too.
Like, you go buy yourself a cricket machine, $300 investment, make your own stickers. Like, and pass them out for free.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's advertisement.
Everybody loves them around everywhere you go.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I went to Portland, had a bunch of stickers. I went out there
and
like
again,
1,000
it may not work in Omaha, but you go do that in Des Moines or Kansas City or a bigger city where there's a good draw. And next thing you know, you're doing a rat hole bar in Kansas City that's drawing 50 people. But you do the waiting room here and you're lucky 3 people show up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's because... Again, Omaha fans, you fucking suck. 96,000 of you fucking idiots went to Garth Brooks, you cocksucking retards. What the fuck? Sorry for the R word, I apologize. But you dumb country redneck blumpkin fuck had to go sit in Memorial Stadium and fucking spread COVID and give that stupid bastard enough money to cancel his fucking tour when there was 3 great local shows going on. Plus a national act done by a local promoter that had to cancel because of Garth fucking Brooks, you idiots. Rant over. So back to your A&R. So you're super stoked to get there. How'd you end up getting into that?
What, out to
Atlanta, for your...
Oh, I seen somebody tag me into this post on Facebook. It was for it was the Moss Fest, and it was like a competition basically, and whoever won the competition, they took a few winners out there, and whoever won the competition, basically they put you in front of these A&R and promoters. Only thing you had to do is find your way out there, which is easy. You got to work also, got to work to support your music also. You know what I'm saying? But.
And seriously, travel cost really isn't that expensive in the long run.
No, if you
if you spend $100 in gas, if you sold $500 in merch, that's still coming out ahead. Plus, if you met 5 real fans that then reach out to you later on and buy merch and support and share and make a drive, and now all of a sudden you're coming back 4 or 5 times a year making $500 every run.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Again, guys, don't be afraid to put yourselves out there.
Oh, no.
Like, you have to. Again, if you're told no, what do?
You keep grinding.
Exactly. This is like one of the best episodes to, like, I'm going to love this one. Like, just, again, man, just keep grinding, you guys.
Grinding,
like,
man. Keep going.
Like,
keep going.
No does not mean what it means unless it comes to sexual encounters.
Yeah.
Then once you hear no, you fucking stop. Like that's the only time. If you're told no, you stop. Any other time, guys, man, especially when it's something you want to do, something that makes you happy.
Oh yeah,
something that makes other people happy. Like, I mean, I may be one person, but shit, it all makes me happy. You know what I mean? And I enjoy the fuck out of it. I enjoy seeing you guys succeed and smile and be able to do what you like without restrictions and bounds and being told no. Everybody here has a niche of their own, and you guys have all got your fan base. You just need to find it.
Yeah, fan base, it's easy, but then again, it's hard. But you can't stop. You just got to keep going.
And like KG said, when you're getting out of town shows, clearly you have fan base.
Oh yeah,
and it's not always local guys. So
there's a lot of times too. Like I go out of town and perform, and everybody come up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit was dope.
Because you're a Midwest sound, and they didn't hear it in Colorado or down.
Something new to them, something different. That's what they'll say to them. Like, your shit's dope. It's different. Feels like, but I love it.
And you guys got to remember, here a lot of guys have heard it, or just a lot of guys. If you're not this, I don't mess with you. If you're not that, I don't mess with you. So a lot of you guys just don't get listened to because people just have their little clickiness.
Yeah, everybody around here like to stick together.
Just stick your fingers out a little further. Like, you can still be a local act you're local to another scene.
Oh, right.
Second Twin Cities are never wrong.
Yeah.
That's always worth having. Like, don't be afraid to, guys, because self-promotion goes a very, very long way.
Yeah, and you always got to self-promote. Because I've realized it too, because if you quit self-promoting, then you start falling back. Nobody start, like, you can promote the shit out of yourself, and people like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? And then if you stop promoting yourself, then they quit seeing you, then they're gonna be like, completely forgot about you, and then they'll see you again, like, oh, that person,
Yeah.
And then you keep promoting, and then you like.
And again, if you guys aren't totally into doing Facebook and shit like that, KG hits a ton of shows. I've seen him at least 8 times this year. And again, not one of your performances was the same thing.
No, I try not to.
That's one thing some can learn. I love you guys, but if the title of the show is different each time, then that set should be different each time.
Oh yeah.
Stage performance can go a long way.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm not critiquing you 100% on your guys' stage performance, where you're not, fucking Guar or Kiss or anything like that. I totally get it, guys. But, if you're doing the same fucking 5 songs in the exact same order every single time we see you
people
perform,
are gonna get bored.
We now have gotten to the point where we're just meh.
See, it's good to perform your same songs, but
like if you got the same 5 songs,
alternate.
Switch which way you perform them,
See,
guys.
sometimes I'll throw some new shit in there. Or sometimes I'll come to a show and like, this is all new. You guys haven't heard none of this.
Or you'll
you know,
throw
like,
one out at an acapella or something, you know,
Right.
which is cool too, guys. You know, at least that switches it up.
Right,
But
right.
I've seen a couple guys perform, and it's exactly the same order. And I don't know if they know consciously they're doing it or not.
Right.
But, you know, and again, don't be afraid to share your set list with somebody and say, hey, what do you think about these songs?
Dude, I make my set list every time before I perform. Every
You
time.
know,
and I'll play it. I'll do it like a whole week in
label them
advance,
one
too,
through
like,
whatever,
yeah.
individual, on a flash drive, labeled on paper, and the flash drive for your DJs.
Yeah.
Please. Shout out Mr. White. Shout out Surreal. Shout out Lucas.
It's important.
Shout out DJ Maddox. I know this drives you guys nuts, so at least I'm trying to do you a favor.
And I'll make sure I have a list every time, never fails.
And don't get me wrong, we all understand shit happens, but again, a lot of you guys do this shit every fucking show. That's why some shows are completely outlaw mud shows,
Mm-hmm.
and they just fucking run like total shit, and there's fucking 10 minutes. There's as long, the time between each sets is as long as each set.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I'm not blaming all you artists, but a lot of this solely falls on your guys' shoulders. You show up unprepared. You show up late. You are fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucking no call, no show.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
holy
that too.
shit, bro.
I don't know why would you do that.
Real talk here. You no call, no show at a fucking job, you get fired. Fired. And then you want to know why people want deposits and money out of your ass when you no call, no show all the fucking time on multiple people. Like, that's the most disrespectful, irritating thing.
Yeah.
Because then there are people like me that look forward to seeing artists that they haven't seen, and guess what? I still haven't fucking seen you because you keep no calling, no showing. You know, every time
that's
I've seen
terrible,
KG's name on a fucking bill, he's been there
Oh yeah, for sure, and I'm there early.
with a set list
Yep.
on file.
Written on a paper too,
You know,
just
easy,
in case.
easy. Like, and I get it. Sometimes some of your shit don't go with the DJ, but that's why you always be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared, guys. Like, merch is called being prepared. That's how you get great opportunities, like to go in and performing in front of an A&R.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you get it, that's amazing. And if you don't get it, that's still amazing. Because guess what? Not a lot of guys can say they've done that.
Oh yeah, and I'll be put in front of them. I mean, they
Then
they
to
fucking
you,
see me, so that's all that matters to me.
With KG, again, like his name says, all that means is he's gonna keep grinding.
Yeah.
That don't mean that's a final no. That's just one fucking rep. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna keep grinding, shit. I ain't about to stop, shit. I don't put too much work in this shit already. I ain't about to just quit.
That's awesome to hear. So we're gonna take aside to the kind of funner part, more of the conclusion. One of my favorite questions to ask is if you have a opportunity to do a collab with 3 people, live or dead. They can be any kind of genre of music, you know, whether it want to be like blues or soul, or
Right.
old school R&B or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Who would you like to do music with? You can have an engineer or
Right.
Blue Oyster Cult and some more cowbell.
That's a good question there. I like that question. I know for sure I'd like to make a song with Jordan Lucas. That'd be dope as shit. And I feel like that song would be fucking dope. And that's one of them. So let's see here. Wow, wasn't expecting this question. But there's like a lot of people I'd like to make music with. I know J. Cole for sure. I need to have a song with J. Cole. And I'm gonna get a song with J. Cole.
He's blowing up a lot. And he got a hell of a voice.
Yes.
I really like it.
Yes. And especially Joyner too. That dude's blowing up a lot too. Those and everybody that I'm naming too, I'm gonna get a feature from them no matter what. I don't care what it takes. But I'd like a feature from Tech 9 too, but I'm not gonna put him in that list. Let's see here. I got a few R&B singers I'd like a feature with also. So like, I don't know if you consider him R&B. I guess I do, but I like K Camp. You know who K Camp is?
I'm not.
Okay, K
Well,
Camp.
is it K. Dot Camp?
I don't think so. I think
Okay,
it's just
maybe
K Camp.
not.
Yeah, but yeah, K Camp for sure. All his shit slaps. You're gonna have to look him up.
I will be looking him up.
Yes, sir.
All right, my next trickery question. Riddle me this. So you're stuck listening to one song for the rest of your life.
Oh, shit.
Not necessarily on repeat, but anytime music would happen to play, this is the song that plays. Whether it be in a commercial, you turn on the car radio, you get in the elevator. Anytime there happen to be music, this is the song that plays.
I'd probably have J. Cole, Love Yours.
Nice. That's probably the newest song I've heard so far.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
And that's the probably one that's not rock either.
Yeah.
Or like alternative or very like that's very R&B-ish.
R&B-ish, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like all the rest were either super rappy.
Oh, yeah.
Or like really rocky.
Oh, yeah.
So that's real cool. I like that answer. Mine's always going to be I Ran So Far Away by the Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah.
And I ran so far. That's just one of the first songs I ever remember from a kid. And then my final question that I just slapped on the newbies here, the last couple of guys. You got 7 words to describe where you want to go with your music or what you want to do with your music.
7 words, huh?
7 words.
Wow. That's harder than the first one.
That's why I saved the best for last.
Oh, shit. Okay, so 7 words. Like 7 words in one sentence, or what do you mean?
So Bo's cheated and said just 7 individual words, and then the other 2, like Scabby Ghouls, Louie and Denise, did 7-word sentences. And I will accept either one. You can only get 7 words or less.
Shit, I don't even know.
Right there's 4.
Okay, so 7 words. Money. I don't know. Money. Mansions. No jobs. Great music. I don't know, is that 7 words right there?
Close enough. All right. At least it wasn't bitches, weed, and cognac.
My main goal is to, I don't want to work no more, you know what I'm saying?
Be able to live off your art.
I want to live off of what I can do. And if anything, if I do work, I want to run my own company. I want to do what I want to do. And if I can get music to jump off.
And again, being your own artist is your own company, guys. Don't let nobody tell you that.
For sure.
There's a lot of guys that'll tell you this is not work. I'm one of them guys that'll tell you I have no problem paying you guys for your work and what you're worth. Like,
oh, yeah.
That's why I love supporting you guys, because it is work. It's not only just an art, but art is work.
Oh, yeah.
The only problem is people get jealous because they don't get to do what they love.
You gotta keep working on your brand. Like I read this post the other day. It said, you can't work 8 hours for somebody else and go home and not work on your own company. And then it said, you're not tired. You're what did it say? You're uninterested. Like, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're basically like throwing yourself away because you're working for somebody else. You got to keep working on yourself too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, keep an income in base that you can, but if you really want this, guys, some of you guys do have to prioritize being an artist over having a job, because if your job continually gets in the way of you being able to do your art and causes you to no call, no show on a booking because you now have to work, doing your job, you should probably figure out what kind of jobs you can work where it will allow you to do this.
Or just do it. I don't.
You know what I mean?
Like,
yeah.
I work outside in the heat, so by the time I go to shows, I'm exhausted. I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? But I still go up there and I do my show.
And I'm telling you guys, learning a skilled trade with your hands, mechanics, construction, anything like that, is a solid way for you guys to be able to do this. Like, because you guys can go do a couple nice jobs, get a couple grand in your pocket, and take a couple weeks off and go hone on what you want to do. Another thing, some of these guys here, they've picked up doing graphic arts design and label designs and pressing merch for other artists. That's why, again,
sure.
merch is important, because not only are you supporting KG Boog, you're supporting whoever
whoever made it too.
You know, shout out to Merch by Marcus. I mean, whenever you get a piece from me, it's coming from Marcus. You know, so like it's important. We all support each other, and so. You know, learn to grind. Either grind hard on this and put your nose down and make sure you're getting your money out of it and getting your worth, and you are worth what you're wanting.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys want $1 million and you're worth a penny. You know, and some of you guys are getting pennies worth millions. You know, it's just
sure. And always put your money in the right place too. Don't just put your money.
Don't go sell $500 worth of merch and go put it up your nose, guys. Because that's how you automatically get me to stop buying merch from you. Like, I'm not knocking doing drugs. I'm all for people doing whatever the fuck they want, but I'm not here to support your drug habit. I'm here to support your art and your career.
Yeah, don't.
You know, and that's,
whatever you make on merch, put it back in merch.
It's called reinvestment, and that's you know, that's the smartest thing you guys can do, and that's why I love most of you guys, because almost every single person I support reinvested in themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part you guys can do, because if you're not reinvesting in yourselves, how the fuck do you expect anybody else to invest in you?
Yeah, for real.
Like, if somebody sees you partying all night, if somebody gives you $20 for a shirt and you turn around and go spend that exact $20 bill on a drink at the bar, they're going to be like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that shirt.
Yeah. Maybe
I should have just bought you the drink and fucking not rock you, because that's all you're going to do every show. Like, I don't know. But either or, KG Boog, KG Boog, fuck, did it again. God damn it. See, though, this is why this guy's awesome. That's why he's here. I want to thank you very much for being on this episode of the Mountain Dew Review.
I want to thank you for having me up here, too.
And you are officially tramp stamp approved.
Yes, sir.
Oh.